In the peaceful village of Jabari, nestled deep in the African savannah, lived a talented painter named Amina. Amina was known for her beautiful artwork, which depicted the vibrant life of the village and its surroundings. Her paintings were filled with the colors of the sunsets, the wildlife, and the joyous faces of her fellow villagers. One day, a terrible event shook the village. Amina's husband, Kofi, was found dead under mysterious circumstances. The villagers were shocked and saddened by the news. But what puzzled everyone even more was that Amina, who had always been cheerful and talkative, suddenly stopped speaking. No matter how much the villagers tried, they couldn't get a single word out of her. Amina's silence became a mystery that everyone in Jabari wanted to solve. The village healer, Mama Zara, tried various remedies and rituals, but nothing worked. The village elders, including Chief Kwame, were deeply concerned. They wondered if Amina's silence was a result of the shock or if there was something more to it. Young Kito, a curious and brave boy, decided to find out the truth. He believed that if he could understand why Amina stopped speaking, he might be able to help her find her voice again. Kito had always admired Amina's paintings and felt a special connection to her. One evening, Kito approached his grandmother, Elder Nia, who was known for her wisdom and knowledge of the old stories.
Grandmother, why do you think Amina has stopped speaking? What can we do to help her?
Elder Nia thought for a moment before answering.
Sometimes, the heart holds onto secrets that the mouth cannot speak. We must be patient and kind. Amina may need time and understanding to find her voice again.
Kito nodded, determined to help Amina in any way he could. He decided to visit her every day, bringing small gifts and trying to communicate through drawings and gestures. He hoped that his efforts would show Amina that she was not alone and that the village cared for her deeply. Kito's visits to Amina's hut became a daily routine. Each day, he brought something special, a flower, a beautiful feather, or a small clay figure he had made. Amina accepted these gifts with a nod and a faint smile, but she still did not speak. One day, Kito brought a blank canvas and some paints. He hoped that Amina might express her feelings through her art if she couldn't speak. He set up the canvas in her hut and handed her the paintbrush. Amina hesitated at first but then began to paint. As Kito watched, he saw that Amina's painting was different from her usual vibrant scenes. This one was dark and filled with shadows. It depicted a stormy night with a large tree swaying in the wind, its branches twisted and broken. In the corner of the painting, there was a small, frightened figure hiding among the roots of the tree. Kito realized that Amina was trying to tell a story through her painting. He carefully studied each detail, trying to understand the message. He saw fear, sorrow, and something else, something that felt like a secret. Kito decided to show the painting to Elder Nia.
Grandmother, look at what Amina painted. I think she is trying to tell us something important.
This is indeed a powerful message. Amina is expressing her pain and fear. We must be gentle and supportive. Sometimes, it takes time for the heart to heal enough to speak.
Kito continued to visit Amina, bringing new canvases and paints. Each painting she created was a piece of her story, slowly unfolding. Kito never pressured her to speak but always encouraged her to express herself through her art. As the days passed, Amina's paintings began to reveal more details about the night of Kofi's death. In one painting, there was a shadowy figure standing near the edge of the village. In another, eyes were peering through the darkness, filled with anger and jealousy. Kito and Elder Nia studied the paintings carefully, trying to piece together the story. They began to understand that Amina had witnessed something terrible, something that had caused her to fall silent out of fear. Elder Nia called a meeting with Chief Kwame and the village elders. She showed them Amina's paintings and explained her interpretation.
Amina's silence is not just from grief. It is from fear. She saw something the night Kofi died, something that has left her too afraid to speak.
Chief Kwame nodded thoughtfully.
We must find out what happened that night and bring justice to Amina and Kofi. But we must be careful not to frighten Amina further. We need to gain her trust and show her that we can protect her.
The villagers agreed to support Amina in any way they could. They watched over her hut at night, ensuring her safety. Kito continued to visit her, bringing warmth and friendship. One quiet evening, as Kito was about to leave Amina's hut, she took his hand and squeezed it gently. Her eyes were filled with gratitude and a glimmer of hope. Kito smiled at her and said,
Amina, you are safe with us.
That night, as the moonlight bathed the village in a soft glow, Amina had a dream. In her dream, she was standing by the big tree she had painted, but this time the storm had passed. The tree was still standing tall, its branches reaching out like welcoming arms. She heard a voice, her own voice, whispering,
It's time to be brave, Amina.
Amina woke up with a newfound determination. She picked up her paintbrush and started a new painting. This one was different. It showed the same tree, but now there was light breaking through the clouds, and the small, frightened figure was standing tall and proud. The next morning, Kito arrived to find Amina finishing her painting. She turned to him and, for the first time since Kofi's death, she spoke.
Kito, thank you for helping me find my voice.
Kito's eyes filled with joy.
Amina, you spoke. I knew you could do it. We are all here for you.
With Kito's encouragement, Amina began to tell her story. She described the night Kofi died, the shadowy figure she saw, and the fear that had gripped her heart. The villagers listened with compassion and support, assuring her that they would find the truth. Chief Kwame and the elders organized a search for the shadowy figure Amina had seen. They followed the clues from her paintings and investigated the edges of the village.
I think we are close to finding out the truth.
Their search led them to a jealous rival of Kofi, who had always envied his success and happiness. The rival was brought before the village council, where he confessed to his crime. Justice was served, and the village could begin to heal. Amina's courage to speak out brought peace to the village and justice for Kofi. With the mystery solved and the culprit apprehended, Amina's healing journey truly began. The villagers rallied around her, offering support and encouragement. They knew that while the threat had been removed, the scars of fear and grief would take time to heal. Elder Nia took Amina under her wing, teaching her more about the ancient traditions and wisdom of their people. Amina found solace in learning about the ways of her ancestors and the strength they drew from the land and their community. Kito remained a constant presence in Amina's life, visiting her daily and bringing her small gifts and tokens of friendship. He encouraged her to continue painting, not just as a way to communicate, but as a way to heal and express her emotions. Amina's paintings began to change. The dark, fearful images were replaced with scenes of hope and renewal. She painted the sunrise over the savannah, the joyous dances of the villagers, and the abundant wildlife that roamed their land. Each painting was a testament to her journey towards healing and the strength of her spirit. As the village of Jabari prepared for the annual Festival of Light, there was a renewed sense of hope and celebration. The festival, which marked the end of the harvest season, was a time for the villagers to come together, give thanks, and celebrate their unity and resilience. Chief Kwame asked Amina to create a special painting for the festival that would symbolize the village's journey through darkness and into light. Amina felt honored by the request and poured her heart into the project. She painted a magnificent village scene bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. In the center of the painting, she depicted the big tree from her earlier paintings, now standing tall and proud, surrounded by the joyous villagers. The tree's branches reached out like protective arms, symbolizing the community's strength and unity. The villagers gathered in the village square on the night of the festival. Amina's painting was unveiled to gasps of admiration and applause. The villagers were moved by the powerful imagery and the story it told. Chief Kwame addressed the crowd.
This painting represents our journey as a village. It reminds us of the strength we find in each other and the light that always follows the darkest of times. Let us celebrate our unity and give thanks for the blessings we share.
The Festival of Lights marked a new beginning for Amina. She had found her voice and her place in the village once again. She continued to paint, creating beautiful works of art that celebrated the life and spirit of Jabari. Amina also became a mentor to the village children, teaching them about art and encouraging them to express themselves creatively. She shared her story with them, showing them that courage and resilience could overcome even the darkest of times. Kito, who had played such an important role in Amina's journey, was inspired by her strength and kindness. He continued to be her friend and supporter, always ready to lend a helping hand or a listening ear. And so, the village of Jabari thrived, filled with the laughter of children, the songs of birds, and the vibrant colors of Amina's art. It remained a place where stories were told, hearts were healed, and the spirit of unity and kindness prevailed. As the village of Jabari continued to prosper, the villagers often reflected on the journey they had undertaken. They understood that their strength and unity were grounded in important moral lessons, which resonated deeply with the teachings from the Bible.
Amina's story, along with her paintings, became famous, illustrating the moral lessons of courage, community, kindness, wisdom, and healing. These values were deeply rooted in biblical teachings, which guided the village through its darkest times. Biblical lessons. Courage and faith. Amina's courage to speak out after being silenced by fear reflects the strength derived from faith in God's plan. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. Community and unity. The village's unity in supporting Amina underscores the power of collective strength. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. Psalm 133 verse 1. Kindness and compassion. Kito's kindness highlights the impact of compassion in helping others heal. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Ephesians 4 verse 32. Wisdom and guidance. Elder Nia's wisdom played a crucial role in understanding Amina's silence and solving the mystery. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 13. Healing and forgiveness. Amina's journey of healing and the village's pursuit of justice emphasized the importance of forgiveness and reconciliation. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3 verse 13. The story of Amina and the village of Jabari became a cherished tale, a reminder of the power of faith, community, and the enduring light of hope. The villagers, guided by biblical principles, continued to thrive, knowing that with God's guidance, they could overcome any challenge. So please remember to share, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that these videos can be shared across a wider audience.